Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Low Carb Wishes, Keto Dreams. My name is Heather, and I've got something a little bit different for you today. Usually my channel consists of what I eat in a day videos, daily vlog, kind of jobby, but today I have got a fall tag for y'all. I've got 15 questions about what are my favorite things about fall. This actually comes from Nacine over at Keto Mama Nacine. She posted her tag, was it last week? Week before? I don't know. I'm kind of behind. I think it was last week. She posted hers. And she tagged, I think six other people in it. Chef WannaBe's Life, Erin Does the Keto, Journey to Health, Finding Morgan, ohcrowgal, and TimetoShrink. She tagged them in it, but she also left the questions in her description for anybody else that wanted to do it. She listed them all out for you, and so I figured I'd go ahead and piggyback off of that and go ahead and do the fall tag. I did one last year, which was more of a Halloween related one. I don't know, I might do it again next year because it was fun and things might have changed. So into the questions. So first, question number one is favorite Halloween movie. Do I have to choose? I see, you know, Hocus Pocus has become an absolute classic. Nightmare Before Christmas, that was brilliant marketing right there. That you get 2 holidays for the price of 1 movie. But if I had to really go with like my favorite of all time, like from when I was a kid kind of thing, I would probably say Mickey's Halloween Treat. We had it as kids. My mom used to do these things where she would make these really long videotapes of like things she'd tape off the TV. And whenever I was sick, we would put those in and I'd just watch whatever was on the tape for hours. And that was one that I always pulled out because I always liked that one. So yeah, I would have to say Mickey's Halloween Treat. I really like that one because the mirror on the wall, the magic mirror was like the guest host through part of it, and he highlighted all of the villains, sort of shining a light on their side of the story, and I always liked that. So I have to say that one is. My husband, he always pulls out the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, which I also like. But I love the Halloween movies anyway. You know, like when I was a teenager, that Halloween Town came out, and everybody, you know, that became its own series. So, but yeah, Mickey's Halloween Treat. I love the ending of it with Hazel. I think it was Witch Hazel was the name of the character. Not to be confused with the Looney Tunes Witch Hazel, Hazel the Witch, whatever. But yeah, love that one. Question number 2. Apple or pumpkin pie? I'm gonna have to go with pumpkin pie. I'm a little spoiled with pies. My family always made homemade pies, down to the crust homemade pies. So like if it's my grandma's recipe of apple pie, that's a little different. But in general, I would say pumpkin pie. My mom always makes pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. And it's actually one that's fairly easy to convert into a keto option. So yeah, I like the pumpkin. Number 3, Halloween party or explore haunted places. Halloween party, because I'm a chicken. And there's food at a party. No, I am absolutely a chicken. I love shows like Ghost Hunter and what was it? Paranormal State and The Haunted. And I love shows like that. But when it comes to actually interacting with anything myself, I'm an absolute chicken. I am not the person holding the flashlight going into the darkness, trying to find out what's going on. I'm that person in the background going, okay, it's time to go, guys. Come on, let's go. Go back to the party. There's food there. Come on, let's go. So yeah, Halloween party for me. Thank you. Store-bought or pumpkin patched pumpkin? Pumpkin patched? Pumpkin patch pumpkin. Pumpkin patch. All the way. Yeah. Just, I mean, there's something about going out and getting your own pumpkin. I mean, if you, had to get a store-bought pumpkin, yeah, okay. But there's just something about going out and getting your own pumpkin, like going out. If you've got like the field pumpkin patch, that's even better. I'm gonna try and turn my light on here because I'm getting that weird. That's not much better because now you can see the mess behind me. In my husband's office, which is kind of our catch-all room right now. A lot of my stuff I'm selling on eBay has just ended up piled in the corner. Yeah, no, pumpkin patch all the way. Favorite fall scent? Apple cinnamon. Apple cinnamon. Apple cinnamon. I am particular. I don't like the smell of like fake baked goods. Yeah, like at Christmas when they come out with those sugar cookie and apple cinnamon. I'll spray my house down with like the smell of apple cinnamon and evergreen. I do love like like we don't have a Christmas tree, so I like the spray evergreen to give you that smell. Like growing up, we always had a real one, so it, you know, when you walk down the hall, it was like, but no. Yeah, apple cinnamon. I like the sort of sweet and spicy flavor of the fruit and the cinnamon. Favorite fall drink? Pumpkin spice coffee. No, actually, in all honesty, I like the pumpkin spice coffee because it's keto. Because I can put my own sweeteners in it and stuff. Really, I love a nice warm cup of mulled apple cider. There's just something so amazing about that. But being keto, that's not, apple juice is not anywhere on that eating program. Yeah, no. Number 7, Halloween or Thanksgiving? Those two are really close. Like the top 3 of my holiday list probably goes Christmas, Halloween, and then really close to Halloween is Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'd say Halloween before Thanksgiving just because of the fun of it. Especially now having kids, getting to dress them for Halloween and help them with their costumes, and it really has become sort of this family friendly affair that we do. So yeah, I mean the candy your kids could probably do without, honestly, but you know, just it's fun. Most loved pumpkin-based food. I am really liking that pumpkin spice cake that I made. Now that I made it right again, I've made it 4 times now, and I've only got 2 of them right. The last 2 times I tried to make it, the first time I left out the pumpkin, and so I ended up with a spiced cake that was delicious, but not pumpkin spiced cake. And then the last time, I didn't put the leavening in it. So I ended up with a hockey puck of a cake. It's sort of dense and fudgy. It was good. And I actually backed off the sweetener a little bit just to see how it would be with like 4 tablespoons rather than like 5 or 6. It needed a little more sweetener, but my daughter liked it. She's eating it. So I made it again though a couple of days ago and I got it right. I did it right. I put the pumpkin in it, I put the leavening in it, and I put just the right amount of sweetener. And so it was really, their bug just flew in front of my face. It was really, really good. But honestly, probably Mama's pumpkin pie, which I think is actually my grandma's, great-grandma's pumpkin pie recipe. Yeah, that's, my mom makes it every Thanksgiving. But yeah, no, pumpkin spice cake is, that's a close second because it's easy and yummy. Number 9, corn maze or haunted house. Corn maze. Corn maze. As I have said just a few moments ago, I am an absolute chicken. I am the person who screams and runs over the people in front of her to get out of the haunted house. So, corn maze. Yeah. Number 10, favorite candy to eat on Halloween. I am with Nacine on this one. I am a candy corn girl all the way. Love candy corn. You candy corn haters out there, I don't know what is wrong with you. Y'all got problems. You do. It used to work out perfectly because I love candy corn. My best friend loves Twizzlers. And so when we would get home from trick-or-treating, or as she calls it, Halloweening, we would lay our candy out on the floor and sort it into the piles as to what it was. And I would give her all of my Twizzlers and she'd give me all of her candy corn. So that worked out well for both of us. Favorite childhood fall memories. I have, let's see, I have one particular Halloween, and it's sort of a pseudo sad story. My 16th birthday. My birthday is really early in November, and so it was close enough to Halloween that for my birthday, almost every year, we would trick-or-treat. That was just what we would do. My friends would come over, my mom would order pizza, and we'd go trick-or-treating afterwards. And I had done this for years, so it wasn't like nobody knew about it. You know, I mean, it was like standard. Everybody came over to my house. And so for my 16th birthday, I was doing the same thing. I was just, everybody come on over, we'll order pizza, and we'll all go trick-or-treating. And out of like the 5 or 6 people that I invited, only one showed up. All the others just bailed on me. They'd got invited to other things and just decided that was what they wanted to do. And it wasn't even my best friend who showed up to the party. She bailed to go to a Halloween party with her boyfriend. She called me like a day later and was like, "Oh my gosh, that was your birthday party. I'm so sorry." Like, yeah, it is what it is. But my dad, knowing how I was kind of sad about it, he dressed in drag and went around trick-or-treating with us. And he went into my mom's closet and got like this old-fashioned like gown with like this chiffon shouldering on it, and it was white, very Marilyn Monroe sort of feel to the gown. And we grabbed one of her bras, stuffed it with tissue paper, decked him out, full makeup, whole 9 yards. Now you have to understand, my dad at the time had a full beard. So it wasn't just like we were making just your average dude look like, you know, in women's clothing. He looked like Santa dressed in drag. So he went around with us, and he was fairly well known in the neighborhood, and so people would see him show up and they were like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Here, let me get you a beer. So we got candy. My dad got beer as he went around trick-or-treating with us. He came home with like 5 or 6 cans of beer. It was hilarious. But I had to say that was probably one of my favorite memories. I love fall weather too, like when it finally starts to cool off and get dry here. Because it is, Florida, guys, it is humid and miserable. Like, I stepped outside this morning, sun wasn't even up yet, and it was like being hit in the face with a wet towel. It was just like, ugh, ugh. When that air starts drying out, it's still hot here, but it's dry. So, I'm waiting for that, man. Let's see, number 12, favorite Thanksgiving food. Mama's crack rolls. They're actually Mama's yeast rolls is the official name in our household, but we call them crack rolls because they are just that damn good. And you cut them. It's one of these where you put yeast in them and you let them rise, and then you cut them out in little circles, and you take the circles and you dip them in butter and then fold them over on themselves. So when they cook and they come out of the oven, they're actually almost like this little pocket type thing that you stuff with like turkey and, you know, all the yummies from Thanksgiving. And my mom makes it like every holiday. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, Mama's crack rolls. Next to that, like a traditional Thanksgiving food, like one that like everybody has, green bean casserole. I love green beans. They're my favorite food. Let's see. Next one. Number 13. Sweaters or scarves? Neither. It is Florida and it's freaking hot here. It's sweaty. Sweaty. But no, in reality, sweaters. Yeah, once it starts to cool off and everything, it's really, rarely does it get really cold enough to warrant a scarf. But sweaters, yeah. Yeah, sweaters. Ugly Christmas sweaters are awesome. When are we going to get ugly Halloween sweaters? With like pumpkins hanging off of them. 14, wool socks or slippers. Same answer. It is Florida. Neither. Can I do flip-flops? Because I always have flip-flops everywhere. Like they're by my bed and I slip them on. So slippers, I guess you could say. But flip-flops in reality. Number 15, last question. Favorite fall tradition. I have always, and this is where I would say probably Thanksgiving outranks Halloween for me, is the fact of the family element. I have always loved Thanksgiving in a sense of doing things with my family. Going over to their house, now that I'm older, going over to their house. Being younger, I lived there with them. I said, I hope so. Going, you know, getting up and helping make things and setting the table and being with family at that time. That is one of the things that I've always loved about Thanksgiving. Other fall things, you know, my family for a while when I was younger used to do pumpkin patches. Like, I think our church had one and then we stopped going to church and so we didn't go there anymore. But now that I'm older and I've got a family of my own, I would probably say my daughter and I, since she's been in middle school, on the way to middle school, there was a pumpkin patch. Like a church that had a not an actual field, but a church that had a thing, a tent set up for pumpkins, and we would go and get a pumpkin from there, or 2 or 3, but they have gourds and everything else. I've always loved doing that with her because they decorate and I can take pictures. They don't have a corn maze, but oh well. But yeah, doing that with her, and now with the little one, we're gonna go do that this fall as well. Actually, we'll probably have to do it this weekend, otherwise we're gonna be SOL for pumpkins. But yeah, just the time spent with family doing stuff this time of year is really what I love about fall time. So yeah, that was the last question, and I love those. Those are fun. I like answering the questions. Go over and see Keto Momma Nacine. You probably already know who she is. She's got quite a few followers. What was I gonna say? Oh, I will go ahead. I will put the, I'm probably just going to copy her description. I will put the names and links of the people that she tagged, as well as the questions down in the bottom of the description of my video. So if you have a channel and you do this on your channel, let me know, and I would love to see your video. So thank you guys, and I will see y'all later. Oh, look at me. I'm all hazy and dreamy.